So I am here to tell you today that hooks in copywriting are super overrated and that the super underrated skill that we're going to learn about today is called framing. And listen, I understand the importance of hooks. I just use one. I understand the importance of subject lines, things like that to hook in people's attention. But I think that we put so much effort on that, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. That we put so much effort and so much focus on the hook that we really trash the rest of our copy. And if you don't have the correct framing, then it doesn't even matter if you have a good hook. So we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of framing, how to do it, what it is. Let's go and share the page, Roni. All right, here we go. So the power of framing, what nobody tells you about great copy. Like I said, we're all super obsessed with hooks in copywriting. Everyone's trying to make that perfect line, that attention-grabbing opener. And it looks really great and hooks are really important. But today I want to talk to you about something that's way more powerful, but nobody really talks about at all. That's talked a lot more about in sales world is framing. So here's the things about hooks versus framings. Hooks are just about words. You're going to write them on a page. They're just very basic. There are about 6 of them, and it's all about grabbing it. It's word focus, your clever opening, your snappy headline. But frames are something much deeper. They're about how you connect ideas in your reader's mind. Hooks are about words. Frames are about connecting ideas. Let me give you a super quick example. So think about selling a mattress. A hook might be get the best sleep of your life. Pretty decent, right? But a frame would be completely different. A frame would position sleep as the foundation of every successful day in your life. You see the difference? The hook grabs the attention, but the frame changes how people think about the whole idea, about the whole thing. So let's put down some notes. Hooks are words. Frames connect ideas. So hooks, grab attention, frames connect ideas, okay? So that was a pretty decent example there. But you want to know what's really freaking wild about framing? Our brains are already doing it all the time. So it's a psychological move. We don't process anything in isolation. Everything we learn, we connect to stuff we already know. That's why frames work and are so freaking powerful. They tap into what's already in your reader's head. So frames all tap into what's already in the reader's head, because we don't think, or we don't process anything in isolation. So here's what I want you to try. Next time you're writing copy, stop obsessing, for the love of God. Stop obsessing about the hook for just 1 minute. And instead ask yourself, what's the bigger truth here? What's the real transformation that you, the product, the service, the business you're writing for, is offering? So let me show you what I mean. Let's say you're gonna sell a gym membership, selling gym membership, right? You're not just selling access to equipment, you're selling the story of someone investing in their future self, right? Not just access to equipment, but selling access to future, happier, sexier self. So it's super similar to the difference between selling features and benefits. We're going a little bit deeper than the obvious. And that's the difference between hooks and frames. Here's another one. If you're promoting a project management tool. You're not just selling software, you're selling peace of mind and the ability to leave work at home. If you're selling a writing course, you're not just teaching grammar, you're giving people the power to be heard, respected, make money, change lives, yada, yada, yada. So let's take a look at some of this in action and see how like some of the big dudes do it, like Apple. Apple didn't just come out and say, here is a device that plays MP3s. So Apple. A device that plays MP3s. They could have said that. It was true. It was a feature. It was the main feature of the product. But that wasn't the frame. They said 1,000 songs in your pocket. A frame takes every single pain point and solution and somehow magically merges it into this tiny sentence, right? So they took the pain point of like the giant CD book back in the day. If you guys aren't old enough, we would have albums, you know, vinyl records or giant CDs that would have giant books that are super heavy to carry them around and put them in your car. And it was always like if your CD player was sideways, it would skip if you had a cheap one. It was a hot mess express. Your CDs would get scratched, so then you'd kind of like try to get them to run perfectly so it wouldn't skip. It was a lot. So there's no way you could have maybe 1 or 2 CDs in your giant cargo pants pocket. You could not have 1,000 songs. 1,000 songs in your pocket solved so many problems. It hurdled over so many objections. It framed it so perfectly that it was impossible to ignore, right? Now my dog's going to start barking. Draxy boy, no. All right. So it was absolutely brilliant. They connected their product to the idea of having your entire music collection with you anywhere. Absolutely brilliant. So here's a quick exercise you can do right now. Take whatever you're selling and ask yourself, why does this matter? Then take your answer and ask, why does that matter? Keep going 3 times. 3 times. And then by the end, you'll have something much bigger than a product. You'll have a freaking brain. And as you keep going, it's like the toddler kind of experience. But why? But why? But why? Do that to yourself. And it's going to force you to dig so much deeper into the products, the pain points, the solutions, the benefits, and you're going to come up with some beautiful, beautiful frames. So here's what's cool about this approach. When you nail the frame, the hooks very often write themselves. That's the big secret right there. That's the secret within the secret. That's the inception. Because now you're not just trying to grab attention, you're tapping into something that your audience actually cares about. You're tapping into their psyche. Hooks might get people to read your first line, but frames will make them remember your message long after they've finished reading it, which means they're more likely to buy. That's the real power of framing. It's not about being clever with words. It's about connecting dots in your reader's mind in a way that makes your message feel like something they already knew was true. Oof, I'm going to say that again. That's the power of framing. Come on, somebody. It's not about being clever with words. No, it's about connecting dots in your reader's mind, right? In a way that makes your message feel like something they already knew was true. You get that oh moment as soon as they see your product. And that is a massive serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin dump into their system, which creates a buying state, which makes them like you and want to buy from you. So next time someone tells you it's all about the hook, you can smile and know you've got something way better up your sleeve. Sound good? Let me know what you think. Like, disagree, agree, have something to add on, put it in the comments, share this with a friend, and I'll see you on the next one. Boop, 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 boop. Have a good day.